What's up, guys? How's it going? Peter Scarlett here with another video for you guys. This time I just wanted to talk about a conversation I was having with some fellow Street Fighter V fans as I was practicing G this morning. One thing that I feel like Street Fighter V needs, since Season 5 has been announced, is a Ultra Street Fighter edition. You know, like Ultra Street Fighter 4 was pretty cool in the aspects of they added in a lot of things that you didn't get to see, like how C Viper and other characters, for example, you know, they had their Omega versions where it had the sort of unfinished versions or moves that got removed, you know, stuff like that, where you got to see like extra specials or other things about the character that you could have used that were removed from the game. And with Season 5 possibly coming out very soon, it just seemed like this would be probably the best time to do it, because it would be pretty fun. Ultimate Street Fighter 4 was really fun when it came out, and you could play with your friends and use those Omega characters. And overall, it was a good way to finish off the game, and it's something that I think they could get back into. You know, since they've been doing the whole games as a service bit, and Street Fighter V has been pretty successful at that. It would be pretty cool just to see that, you know, to see like the 5 new characters, whoever they are. You know, my pick is that Sean is going to be one of them, just because in the story mode he's already rendered, so it makes sense for him to be a character. Plus, we're getting into, you know, this is the end of kind of like this story, and it's moving into how Street Fighter 3 started. So I would actually like to see a kind of like a new cinematic that explains or goes into detail about Gil and how he became who he is and how he rose to power after, you know, the fall of Shadaloo. And they've added so many new characters that it's kind of strange to just leave it at that, where there's no connection, you know, where it's just like, okay, so what happened to these characters, like, you know, Ed, Falcon, New Shadaloo or Neo Shadaloo. You know, that would be cool to explain that, and you can introduce all the newer characters that have come out in the recent seasons to show how they lead into Street Fighter 3, and then of course bringing back characters from Street Fighter 3. You know, I said Sean I would like to see, even though I would hate to see more Ryu clones, because there are like 6 in this game and he would be a 7th. It would still be cool to see like characters return from Street Fighter 3. You know, they've showed off Maya, aka, you know, C Viper. She's got voice acting. She's in multiple storylines, so it would be cool to see her come back. Sean would be cool. Fei Long would be cool, because, you know, he was like one of the first teased characters in the China stage, where we're on the bus. It shows his new movie in the background, which is pretty cool. But overall, just like stuff like that, you know, that would be pretty cool. Like we got Alex. You know, Alex was in the New York stage in the background, and then he became a playable character. Sean's in the cinematic story. He's already rendered and voice acted for. Saddam, I know Maximilian was talking about Saddam because, you know, he is in one of the stages in the background. So, you know, again, he's already rendered. Plus, in the cinematic story, we had a bunch of other characters. Even though they were clones of Cammy, it was still interesting to see DeCapri from Street Fighter 4 in Street Fighter 5, where you could fight against her and you could fight against Julie, and they were fully fledged, you know, characters. They had all their specials, they had everything laid out. So that's why I think like a good way to send off Street Fighter 5, for all of its ups and downs. You know, it did get better over time, but for all of its ups and downs, it would be good to send off Street Fighter 5 with an Ultra version. You know, we're getting 5 more characters and new stages. Those 5 characters were already worked on. You know, some people think that the tarot cards are a reason because they did the 30th anniversary costumes that matched them, and a lot of the characters were the same. You know, like they've showed off a lot in this game. They've made references to other games. You know, they've brought characters back. They brought in Final Fight. They brought in Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter Alpha and costumes and crossover costumes and stuff. So I think it would just be good just for Capcom overall. You know, make it a full-fledged Season 5. If you're going to go out with a bang, you know. bring in those Omega characters. No, I mean not characters. Those Omega versions of characters. You got the 5 characters, and then bring out extra characters. Like I said, like the Capri was in the cinematic story. She's a full-fledged character, even though she's not playable. She's fully there from Street Fighter 4. And then just have fun, go out with a bang. Make some crazy costumes, do some way out stages. There were a bunch of stages even in the cinematic story that weren't released, even though they were variations of like the Shadaloo base or Metro City Destroyed. Variation, like I said, variations of already stages that we have, but it would be cool to just have those as an option as well. And then this also gives them an opportunity to really clean up the game, clean up any issues with frame rate issues, netcode issues, rebalancing. I know a lot of people are still very upset with Kage and how overpowered he is, and how some people need to be balanced. Like Ed needs to be balanced pretty bad. But this is, like I said, this is their time to go off and be like, you know what, this is the end of Street Fighter 5. Let's make sure it's done right. Let's make sure we get everything out the way so that all the players who will still be playing this game in tournaments or casually will still have something to hold them over until Street Fighter 6 comes out, or until Tekken Cross Street Fighter comes out, which Harada did promise us with Tekken 7 if it did good, and it freaking broke records. So I would love to see Tekken Cross Street Fighter, but until then, until the next installment, make this game really good, make it as best as you can, fix the netcode, add more characters, more costumes, do a big season 5, maybe even an Ultra Street Fighter 5 to finish off, follow the trend. That would be really cool. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. We were just talking about that, having fun with it, and it was like, that would be a good idea to do an Ultra Street Fighter 5. Just to kind of like send it off and let everybody enjoy what they've been playing for a while. Give the tournament players something to entertain themselves with until Street Fighter 6, and overall just have some fun. But alright guys, that's it for me. I'm still just practicing with G, just having fun. This game is still fun. My only problem with Street Fighter 5 was that there was no character that caught my attention. There was no one I liked. And if you watch my videos and my streams, I have not stayed put with one character since I've been playing this game, since launch even. So I would like to see at least one character that I identify with, or one character that I really want to play. There are a lot of good characters, like Nakali, G, a lot of new good characters, Rashid. The new characters of Street Fighter 5 are pretty good, and then the revisions of old characters are pretty good. So I don't know, hopefully this last season will bring in some really needed excitement for me, but that's just me personally. Anyway, enough of me rambling. I'll see you guys later as I'm getting my butt kicked. Peace out, y'all.